Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be my overview of the Atlantis Mini as well as the Vaxee XE Wireless. I know the Vaxee XE Wireless is dropping today. I think you guys have already put in your orders for the Atlantis Mini. And I just want to start off this video by saying I'm not trying to fluff, the company's egos. I'm not trying to get you guys to buy one or both of these products. I have absolutely no affiliate link with either Lamzu or Vaxee. As a former pro-level CS player, a former Pred and 6x Masters in Apex, I really do just love testing gaming mice, and I really do enjoy sharing my experiences with you guys. And I do think that if both of these mice dropped last year, they would have been in my top 5 for 2022. And if this is what 2023 has to offer, and this is how we're going to be starting 2023, you guys have a lot to be excited for. Let's get into it. 5 months ago, I took a look at the Vaxee XE Wired, and I had this to say about the shape at that time. For shits and giggles, I want you to pretend that the Vaxee XE is wireless and has comparable tech to all of the other mice on my desk. I would literally push every other mouse to the side, and I would be maining the Vaxee XE. Now, everything I said 5 months ago definitely holds true today. I now have the mouse in wireless format, and unquestionably, this is going to be my main moving into the future. And it could be a variable of factors in terms of why I feel like my performance is the best on this mouse right now. Literally last night, I felt like my tracking has just not felt this good in a very long time. And I am just so comfortable on this shape. I said it 5 months ago, and I'm saying it now. I think that this shape just kills and slaughters the G Pro Superlight hands down. It is the more comfortable G Pro Superlight that everybody wanted. It's not that potato feeling. You get better little ergonomic grooves on the flare out from the butt of the mouse to the front of the mouse, and just the overall hump has a little bit more of a base for you to rest your hand. So if you are using, what I use is really, it's more so of a palm grip on this mouse, and I just noticed that I am playing better on the Vaxee XE than what you guys know I've been using recently, my custom modded G Pro Superlight. Moving from small mice to the Vaxee XE, do I notice a difference in my gameplay? And, unfortunately I do, and I'm going to get into it later in the review. The Lamzu Atlantis Mini feels, to me, absolutely insanely amazing. I just noticed that I play better on larger mice, maybe just have a little bit more stability with my micro tracking. But the Lamzu Atlantis feels amazing. We'll definitely get into that in a little bit. Everything on the Vaxee XE Wireless to me feels phenomenal, from the coding to the switch implementation with the 70G Huanos on mouse 1 and mouse 2, which actually feel lighter than the switches that I have, the Japanese Omrons that I have in my G Pro Superlight. The way that these switches are implemented, they are very light and crispy and responsive. And the scroll wheel is somewhat Zowie-esque in the fact that you get these very well-defined steps when you scroll up and down. It's just not nearly as loud as the Zowie EC2 Wireless. In terms of the sensor implementation here, of course, I've been playing with the mouse on high performance mode. Again, I have not felt that my tracking has been this good in-game in a very long time. I felt like an absolute animal last night during my play session, and it is a noticeable difference to me and a noticeable difference in feel to me in high performance mode. Whether or not other people are going to notice it or recognize it, to me everything felt more responsive, snappier, and just better in terms of my tracking. Another thing I like about the mouse is there is absolutely no software required. You have your DPI on the bottom of the mouse, your hertz polling rate, as well as your debounce time. And then when you turn the mouse off and you hold whatever button corresponds with the function that you're trying to do, for instance, the hertz polling rate, you would hold that, turn the mouse on, and it can turn high performance mode on. In terms of the battery life in high performance mode, it does have a juicy size battery, so you at least get 45 hours, according to them, in high performance mode. The coding, again, here is a little Zowie-esque in the sense that it picks up fingerprints, it picks up a little bit of grime, but the coding is extremely grippy, and I don't think that anyone's going to pick up this mouse and have any issue whatsoever feeling like the mouse provides a sufficient grip for a long duration playtime, even in a humid climate. The side buttons do have a glossy coating on the left side. I prefer matte coated side buttons, but I understand why companies probably do that, so that there's a nice differentiation between the shell of the mouse and matte, and then those side buttons. Switch feel, again, amazing. Overall build quality, absolutely zero issues whatsoever. And the sensor performance to me feels extremely good and responsive. In terms of the tracking feel, it is the best I have felt in a long time. Whether or not that is high performance mode and what they've done here and implemented in the mouse, I'm not sure. Again, it could be a variety of things, including sensor placement, overall shape, weight of the mouse, etc. To me, this is what I am noticeably, and I say this because I obviously am swapping between mice, but noticeably playing at my best level right now on the Vaxee XE Wireless. This is going to be my main moving into the future. The weight does not bother me at all. Again, once you kind of use the mouse for longer than 30 minutes, certainly if I pick up my, in the 40s modded G Pro Superlight, and then I swap to the Vaxee XE, do I feel the difference off the bat? Yes. Once I use the mouse for literally longer than 30 minutes, the weight just dissipates and I forget how heavy it is and I just get back to normal tracking. So I do think that, pushing for the lightest mice possible is just a fad. I don't think that it really necessarily has any huge benefits in terms of my performance because I can now swap to the Zowie EC2 Wireless. I can swap to the Vaxee XE and I'm playing again still at a top tier level. So I just don't really notice that the weight is the thing that is driving my performance. It really is the shape, sensor implementation, and overall performance. And the Vaxee XE here knocks it out of the park. Getting to the Atlantis Mini, everything that you get in the unboxing experience here is just as glorious as the OG. Taking the mouse out of the box, you're just greeted with such a nice little assortment of goodies, including a really nice cable to match the theme of the mouse, additional skates, additional grips that actually are really nice, and you do get a very cool looking dongle that kind of goes with the theme of the mouse as well, a little see-through effect there. I think everything just really screams like they care about the end user, giving you all these additional goodies at a very affordable price. I think that's one of the best things about Lamzu is really the package here for the price is pretty substantial. In terms of the mouse itself, I think this is the best small mouse to hit the market to date. For me and my large size hands, it just fits so perfectly for a really nice fingertip grip. If you're going to be aggressively clawing this thing, I can see it actually really feeling very good as well. But like the OG, and you guys can see the shape and size comparison, I think it is better than the OG in every way. To me, the OG just kind of missed the mark of the XM1 a little bit because the base here in the middle of the mouse where the hump peaks is a little bit too wide, and then it has this flare out that kind of feels ever so slightly a little bit more awkward where my ring finger rests. The small version of the mouse fits my hand perfectly for that sort of a grip. The extra grooves here on the left side of the mouse and the right side of the mouse from the base, it makes you feel more locked in than you would on the Pulsar X2 Mini, which stays more narrow from the base of the mouse all the way to the front of the mouse. The Atlantis Mini has these really nice grooves here that you can see from this wider base that kind of curve into the middle of the mouse, making your ring and pinky finger feel more locked in on the right side of the mouse and making your thumb feel more locked in on the left side of the mouse. The blue shell pink dot implementation feels absolutely phenomenal, and I'm glad that they stuck with it because it felt good in the OG. It feels good in the Mini. And the mouse is not coated, but has a really nice grip. I don't think anyone's really going to have any concerns. Build quality matches the OG. I have no concerns. My pre and post travel on Mouse 1 and Mouse 2 are extremely minimal. And in terms of any pre or post travel on Mouse 4 and Mouse 5, again, very minimal. And side flex on Mouse 1 and Mouse 2, minimal. In terms of squeezing the mouse in all directions, you have ever so slight little amounts of play like the OG, but really no concerns at all. And all my buttons on the bottom of the mouse, no issues. The mouse does come with small skates stock on the mouse, but the larger skates do come in the box. I swapped to these. It feels better for my type of grip and play style to have the larger skates. I think it helped my micro tracking a little bit, but I do still feel more consistent on the Vaxee XE. I noticed that with smaller mice, I'm a little bit too wiggly on my micro tracking. I am more consistent on the Vaxee XE, but that should not take away from the main point here. The Atlantis Mini, in my opinion, is the best fingertip mouse on the market. Well, again, for my size hands, I don't know how you guys will grip this. but it is the best small feeling mouse that I have used to date. To me, it beats the Orochi, it beats the Pulsar X2, it beats the offerings from G-Wolves. This mouse just feels absolutely phenomenal in the way that your hand just locks in and how just aggressive it feels with that smaller size and shape. At a weight of 49 grams, it really is a nice feeling mouse. And it's a nice change for me to swap to when I want to use that smaller size mouse from the Vaxee XE if I ever want to give my hand a different offering. If I want some enjoyment, or if I'm getting bored, I will definitely be swapping to the Atlantis Mini. Two extremely good mice, and again, if this is what we have to look forward to in 2023, it's going to be an extremely good year. So that is it for this one, guys. Two mice that I really enjoy. I hope this overview helped. I will definitely continue testing these mice. If any issues pop up, I will definitely update you guys. If this helped, guys, please leave a sub to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace.